Hey everyone, I'm the Anime Watcher, and today I watched Demon Slayer Infinity Castle movie in 0.25x speed and found 100 amazing details that you may or may not have seen before. To not wasted any of your time, let's get into it. Detail number 1. In Season 4, we saw 5 massive blood demon art needles stabbed into Muzan. 1 in his head, 3 in his arm, and 1 straight-up donut in his chest, just like our boy Rengoku. But in the movie, people started asking, where did all those blood needles go? Some say the animators forgot to animate them. But remember, our boy 𝐥𝐤𝐤𝐤𝐬 literally blasted Muzan's ass with a nichirin flail, smashing his entire body into pieces. That's why most of those blood needles are gone. Detail number 2. At the same time, did you know the reason why Miss Tamayo's drug failed to turn Muzan back into a real boy? It might actually be 𝐥𝐤𝐤𝐤's fault. Think about it. Miss Tamayo literally just injected the medicine straight into Muzan's chest, and then bro just splattered Muzan's intestine. That medicine got blasted everywhere, which is why it wasn't as effective as it should have been. Low-key bro might be one of the reasons so many Hashira ended up dying. Detail number 6. Notice that the platform Muzan and Miss Tamayo are standing on is completely floating, not connected to any building at all. This shows that Nakime's blood demon art can literally make structures float. Detail number 7. Notice that every door and building in the Infinity Castle has that eye symbol on it. Those aren't just decorations. They are literally Nakime's eyes. Detail number 8. Notice how OP Nakime's power is. Not only can she make entire buildings float, but she can also control gravity. Look at the Demon Slayer core. Some of them are literally standing upside down, and some are sideways like Spider-Man. Detail number 9. Notice our boy 𝐥𝐤𝐤𝐤𝐤 was way heavier than Tokido, but both of them used their breathing techniques to adjust so they could fall at the same speed. Detail number 10. When our boy Tanjiro drops in this scene, you can see sunlight behind him. But that's just artificial sunlight created by Nakime. Detail number 11. Notice this scene when Tanjiro is about to smash into a building like mashed potatoes. 𝐥𝐤𝐤 uses his 11th form, dead calm breathing, to maximize his aerodynamics and fall faster so he can save Tanjiro. Detail number 12. Even though 𝐥𝐤𝐤 cannot sense demons by smell like Tanjiro, he has other senses that are way stronger. He can detect demons coming from farther away than Tanjiro's smelling sense. We know this because 𝐥𝐤𝐤 shouts and warns Tanjiro that a demon is coming even before Nakime pushes that building full of demons toward them. Detail number 13. Did you notice the clever Easter egg the animators put in the first 6 demons that 𝐥𝐤𝐤 and Tanjiro fight? Those first 6 demons are the knockoff versions of the upper 6 demons. As you can see, one literally looks like Hantengu, the upper 4. Another has 8 eyes, a knockoff of upper 1. One has a tiny demon coming out of another demon's head like a vase, resembling upper 5, Gyoko. Another wears a martial artist's outfit, just like Akaza when he was human. One looks stupid with a punchable face, just like Doma. And the last one is a 2-headed dragon, reminding us of the twin demons Daki and Gyutaro. They thought we wouldn't notice these knockoff versions of the upper 6, but we did. Detail number 14. In this scene, the reason 𝐥𝐤𝐤 looks disappointed at Tanjiro is because he's still mad that Tanjiro rejected the idea of becoming the next water Hashira after him. And now Tanjiro has the guts to use water breathing in front of him. Detail number 16. The way Obanai swings his wobbling sword is so interesting. You'll see that every time he swings, he starts with 2 hands and then switches to 1 hand to reach as far as possible. And every time he uses 2 hands, the second hand is just for orientation or adjusting the move, not holding it tightly at all. This is the opposite of Tanjiro's style, who always holds his sword with 2 hands, because sun breathing requires a lot of strength. Detail number 17. Notice, when Nakime is trying to move a building, the yellow light on the lamp always flickers to blue. This also happens when the building gets damaged or breaks. The yellow light changes to blue. In theory, when the light turns blue, it means Nakime is observing that place at that moment. Detail number 20. The reason Zenitsu meets Kaigaku is not a coincidence at all. It's Zenitsu's amazing hearing ability that drew him to Kaigaku. Even Nakime didn't plan for these two to meet. Zenitsu can distinguish and remember the heartbeat patterns of anyone close to him, which is even crazier than Tanjiro's sense of smell. Detail number 21. Did you notice that Genya is holding his gun with his left hand? It's not because he's left-handed, it's because he usually holds his sword in his right hand, which he needs strength for swinging. And if you watch closely at this frame, you can see that he put his sword in the back so that he can ran faster. Detail number 22. Some people think this castle is actually the Paradise Faith cult headquarters, where Doma lived, but it's not. This is a personalized area that 𝐜𝐫𝐸 created specifically for him, based on his abilities. His icy blood demon art needs a big space and water molecules so he can fight at his best, which is why there's a lake around it. Detail number 23. In this tragic scene, that stupid Doma not only kills Kanai Kocho, but he also breaks her sword. But if you look closely at the sword handle, it's the exact same handle that Shinobu has as a Hashira. That means Shinobu did the same thing Tanjiro did. She used Kanai Kocho's sword handle on her new sword, just like Tanjiro used Rengoku's sword handle. Detail number 25. Did you know that Doma's fans are also made from Nichiren metal, just like the Demon Slayer swords? Nichiren metal doesn't harm demons unless it's used to cut them at the neck, just like Upper One also uses Nichiren blades. The reason Upper One uses Nichiren blades is that he's been using them since he was human and rarely eats humans at all. Our boy only eats Upper Moon and Lower Moon demons as food, which is why every other demon fears him. Detail number 26. Did you know that Shinobu's insect breathing forms don't have numbers? Unlike other breathing techniques, which have 6 to 10 forms, Shinobu names her forms after insects instead. There's no limited number because she keeps creating new forms whenever she discovers more poisons in the wild. We finally get to see amazing forms like Dance of the Bee Sting, Dance of the Dragonfly, and 100-Leg Zigzag. Detail number 27. Notice the moment Doma swings his first blood demon art at Shinobu, it's already over, because the ice that enters Shinobu's nose is actually Doma's blood. That means it can travel into her bloodstream and damage her from the inside. Detail number 28. In this scene, we see Shinobu just twist her blade from afar and the poison on Doma activates a second time. But how is that possible? Does she have a remote control? A lot of people are confused about this, but the truth is that the purple veins in Doma's eyes when she pokes him are from the poison already on the surface of her blade. The second effect of the poison comes from another tiny chemical pill she releases into him. It's not activated by twisting the blade, she just timed it perfectly for dramatic effect. Detail number 29. In this scene, it's revealed that not only do all the upper-rank demons exchange information through blood, but they can also feel each other's pain, sense poison, and even know when a member of the 12 Kizuki dies. Spoiler alert, even though Doma dies from Shinobu's poison, all the other upper moons are immune to her poison because they can sense it and adapt to it. That means if Shinobu wins against Doma, she might be useless against the other upper moons. Detail number 30. Did you know Doma is the #1 fan of Gyoko's art? As you can see, he put every single skull of his follower on the vase that he buy from Gyoko. Detail number 32. In this scene, when Shinobu uses her cool form to thrust Doma from below to the roof, you can see huge black veins behind him that look like tree roots. Those are actually 𝐜𝐼𝐸's blood demon art. She's trying to stop the roof from breaking. If Shinobu pushes Doma away from the lake, he wouldn't be able to use his ice effectively anymore. That's a very clever move from our one-eyed badass demon. Detail number 34. Spoiler alert. Before Shinobu dies, she makes a hand gesture to Kanao. This gesture is part of her plan to sacrifice herself and let Doma eat her flesh. She had been drinking poison to turn her entire body into walking venom. The gesture tells Kanao not to rescue her, but to stall Doma as long as possible so the poison can take effect. And notice, she never even got to activate her Demon Slayer mark. Poor Shinobu. Detail number 35. Notice this is the first time we ever hear Kanao shout and speak in an aggressive voice. Normally, we can barely hear what she's even saying at all. Detail number 36. The reason Kaigaku became the new upper 6 and 𝐜𝐼𝐸 the new upper 4, while upper 5 is absent, is because our boy Muzan was in a time crunch. He didn't expect the final battle to come so soon. His original plan was that after killing Kaguya Ubuyashiki, he would make Yushiro the new upper 5. Yushiro's ability is unique, just like 𝐜𝐼𝐸's. He might not be strong in combat, but his power can easily counter 𝐜𝐼𝐸 because she relies 100% on seeing. If she can't see, she's done. We know Muzan knew Yushiro existed and what his power was because demons share information through blood. In Season 4, he even said Yushiro blood demon art name correctly just by seeing a piece of his paper on Miss Tamayo's head.
She snuck up on me using blood demon art eye blind.
Detail number 37. The reason 𝐜𝐼𝐸 was trying to separate Tanjiro from Giyu is because she tested them earlier with a bunch of demons and judged that Tanjiro's strength is equal to a Hashira. That's also why she tried to separate Tokito and the stone Hashira. 2 Hashira in the same place would be too deadly for an upper rank. That means our boy Tanjiro was considered a Hashira-level threat to the upper moons. Detail number 38. They did such a great job showing how each Hashira reacts to Shinobu's death. Everyone was sad and shocked. but our boys couldn't stop moving. They had a duty to carry out, and instead of crying, they silently acknowledged that Shinobu had done her duty. This is a once-in-a-thousand-year opportunity they couldn't spare even a second wasting time or moaning. Detail number 39. In this scene, they finally reveal that the daughter of 𝐏𝐫𝐸𝐵𝐵𝐵𝐵 with black hair is actually a boy. He's been hiding his identity as a girl all this time to avoid assassination because he is the heir to the demon slayer 𝐥𝐤𝐤𝐬𝐷. The reason he and the crow haven't been attacked by demons yet is because they use Yushiro's blood demon art. His ability blinds demons, making them invisible while still allowing humans to see them. Yushiro's power doesn't just hide them, it also lets them see through the crow's eyes, which is how they can draw the Infiniy Castle map in real time. On top of that, he can detect who the upper moons are by the aura of their blood. Bro, Yushiro really is operating at an upper-level demon level. Detail number 41. People think Shuntaro, Zenitsu's sparrow, wasn't in the Infiniy Castle because we never saw him with Zenitsu. But it's the opposite. Shuntaro was in the Infiniy Castle, busy scouting and mapping it just like the crows. That's why we didn't see him with Zenitsu. Our boy had a job and a duty. Detail number 42. Did you catch that? When Zenitsu uses his 7th form to finish Kaigaku, his clothes are literally burning. It's because he's moving so insanely fast that the friction from the air and his sword generates heat, scorching his kimono. Detail number 43. Did you know why Akaza forgot all his memories as a human when he became a demon, while upper moons like Kaigaku and Doma are allowed to keep theirs? The reason is simple. Upper moons who are allowed to keep their memories were already evil when they were human. Good people like Akaza and Gyutaro weren't bad. They only killed because they were seeking revenge for someone who hurt their family. If Muzan allowed Akaza and Gyutaro to keep their memories, they would have 100% turned on him, just like Miss Tamayo did. Detail number 44. Notice when Kokushibo gives blood to Kaigaku. They show a moon on top of his head, which is an incredible Easter egg referencing his breathing technique, moon breathing. Detail number 45. Did you notice how much Kaigaku hates our boy Zenitsu? When Kaigaku was still human, he wore a yellow necklace. But after he turned into a demon, he changed it to a blue one because he hates how the yellow color reminds him of Zenitsu. Detail number 47. Some people wonder why Nakimi hasn't taken out all the crows yet. Even if she can't see the crows because of her eyes blind blood demon art, can't she hear them when they announce that an upper rank is dead? Well, Nakimi's ability only lets her see. She cannot hear anything through those eyes. So even now, not even Muzan knows that there are crows flying everywhere in the Infiniy Castle. Detail number 48. Akaza didn't have the ability to sniff out Tanjiro, but the reason he jumps exactly where Tanjiro is because, if you watch in slow motion, you can see tiny blue lights guiding Akaza from one spot to another through the mist and dust toward Tanjiro. Detail number 49. Notice that the lightning cracking on our boy Zenitsu isn't actually lightning at all. It's just Kaigaku's blood that he injected into Zenitsu, similar to how Doma's ice damaged Shinobu from the inside. Detail number 50. Did you know that the reason Zenitsu's 7th form features a dragon similar to Rengoku's 9th form is because Zenitsu actually witnessed Rengoku using his original 9th form? Since that form looked a lot like Thunder Breathing's 1st form, Zenitsu was inspired to create his own new technique by combining Thunder Breathing 1st form with Flame Breathing 9th form. That's why it's called Godfire Thunder. This just goes to show how impactful Rengoku's death was. Even in death, he's still shaping the fight. Detail number 51. If you're confused about this scene, yes, Murata and some members of the Demon Slayer Corps actually know Yushiro as an ally demon who helps them. However, not all members of the Demon Slayer Corps are allowed to know about his powers. They are only told that he is a demon, similar to Nezuko. Detail number 52. The reason Muzan created the cocoon was to protect himself from sunlight and to spread parts of his body that had already absorbed the drug. However, the drug was still affecting him, and instead of turning him back into a human immediately, it made him appear like a 1,000-year-old Michael Jackson, because that was his real age. By that point, Muzan had already grown weak and was far from his prime. Detail number 53. When the scene cuts to Rengoku's father and Tengen, some people mistakenly think that these two are protecting 𝐥𝐫𝐸𝐵𝐵𝐵 based on their conversation. However, if you look closely, they are outside the Infiniy Castle, as you can see trees and grass, which do not exist inside the castle. They were actually tasked with watching over Nezuko and Mr. Urokodaki from a distance, away from the Demon Slayer Corps. Detail number 54. If you watch closely, the box that brings the medicine to Nezuko is the same box on the cat Chachamaru's back. Bro is the real MVP. Detail number 56. When Tanjiro uses his fake rainbow move, in slow motion we can see a split of a flame movement sneaking around Akaza. It shows that he is just too fast for our eyes, and he did not teleport. Detail number 57. When the building starts to move and creates the platform for Akaza and 𝐥𝐢𝐤𝐢 to fight, you can see the waterfall glowing a very bright blue. This shows that Nekime was watching and heavily involved in this fight. Detail number 58. Notice that every time Akaza attacks with his hands, 𝐥𝐢𝐤 and Tanjiro only use the middle part of their swords to block. But every time Akaza drops his deadly stinky feet, they have to block with the handle of their swords using both hands. This just shows how nasty Akaza's deadly kicks are. Look at the impact in every kick scene. Detail number 59. When Akaza launches Tanjiro into this big column, the column doesn't break because of Tanjiro's back. It breaks because the wind impact from Akaza literally shatters it on its own. Imagine if Tanjiro hadn't blocked. Detail number 60. This one must be an animation mistake. If you look at the column that just broke, Akaza should be standing right here because that was the direction Tanjiro was launched from. But instead, they animated Akaza standing over here. The math ain't mathing, man. Detail number 61. Notice in this scene that the reason 𝐥𝐢𝐤's mark appeared is because he intended to die fighting, or to simplify, he was fighting to the death. He also said this was the first time he felt that. But why didn't Shinobu's mark appear? It's because what Shinobu did was not fighting to the death, but sacrificing herself. It's believed that these marks come from the fighting spirit of the first founders of all main-breathing styles. And this spirit can help you only if you are willing to fight to the death, not just sacrifice yourself. Detail number 63. In this scene, they show that Tanjiro is learning about the fighting spirit on the spot by observing and learning from people around him, like Inosuke, Rengoku, and what his dad said. This is the difference in level between Tanjiro and others. While other demon slayers are too prideful of a single breathing technique, Tanjiro is humble and eager to learn, adapting to everything around him. He has always been like this from day one, even when he nearly split 𝐥𝐢𝐤's head in half. If one thing didn't work, he immediately found a new way instead of whining or giving up. He is not special just because he is a sun-breathing user. Detail number 65. Notice in the flashback that every time Tanjiro's dad performs a 𝐿𝐴𝐽𝐾𝐽𝐿 dance, he always puts up fire torches around him as a tradition. But the truth is, the flames from those torches are what give him heat and help him perform the 𝐿𝐴𝐽𝐾𝐽𝐿 at his best. That's why Tanjiro is so strong whenever he has a fever and his body heat rises. Also, the reason his dad died so soon might be because the sun-breathing technique is not healthy for human lungs if used long-term. Detail number 66. Even though Tanjiro's dad already warned the bear, he didn't swing the axe until the bell rang. If you listen carefully, he waits for the sound of the bell before he jumps and swings, but it happens so fast, you might not notice it. It's also believed that Tanjiro's dad didn't put the rope with the bell there because he was scared of the bear. He put it there to tell if it was an animal or a demon. If a demon came, the bell would not ring because demons are smarter than bears. So if he only heard the sound of footsteps on the snow, he would bring another axe made of Nichiren metal. Detail number 67. If you notice, the new skill that Tanjiro just learned, which lets him see fighting spirit, only allows him to see muscles, because clothes have no fighting intent. That means he's literally seeing 𝐥𝐢𝐤 and Akaza's butt naked. Detail number 68. People point out why Akaza didn't break 𝐥𝐢𝐤's sword from the start if he could have done it all along. It's because he was enjoying the fight. He waited until 𝐥𝐢𝐤 showed all his moves and then broke his sword later when he got bored. That's how Akaza always fights. He's not the type to end a fight too quickly. Detail number 69. When Akaza nearly turned our boy 𝐥𝐢𝐤 into a donut, Tanjiro not only used his new skill to fight, but his mark also finally appeared. If you look closely, it's not only bigger and goes past his eyebrow, but it also glows. Detail number 70. In this scene, people said Tanjiro was being stupid for shouting Akaza's name when Akaza didn't even notice him. But remember the bear scene? If you don't give the one you're going to kill a fair warning, that means you have every bit of intention to kill them, which will activate your fighting spirit. This might be the reason why Muzan is so scared of Yoriichi. It could be because he had no fighting spirit and was invisible to him. Detail number 71. When Tanjiro chops Akaza's head off, he's not dead yet. Just like Upper Moon Jutaro, even if their heads are chopped off, they can still deliver one big final blow unless enough serious damage is inflicted on them. That's why Akaza inflicted damage on himself, just in case it activated his final blow. These final blows were developed and implanted into each Upper Moon by Muzan himself. Imagine if Akaza hadn't remembered his past life as a human and went through with that final blow. 𝐥𝐢𝐤 and Tanjiro might have been dead. Even Gyutaro's Upper Moons already destroyed a town. Now imagine Akaza's destructive final blow, bro. Detail number 72. Do you wonder the reason why Akaza developed his destructive dead technique in the shape of a snowflake? Even though snow has nothing to do with death or destruction. It's because his wife's hairpin was shaped like a snowflake. That was the only memory Muzan failed to block or erase. He had no idea that he made those snowflake forms because of his wife. His wife is also the reason why he does not eat women, and he hates every demon that harms or touches women, especially Doma. Detail number 74. In this scene, when Akaza is taking care of sick Koyuki, the camera shows a beautiful flower in a broken pot, which represents both of them. Akaza is the broken pot trying to fix himself, and Koyuki is the beautiful flower. Even though the pot is broken, it still functions and supports the flower. What a great symbolism. Detail number 76. Did you know that every time Demon Akaza sees fireworks, he always stops and looks at them without realizing why? He doesn't remember that he promised his wife, Koyuki, to watch fireworks. But his muscle memory always kicks in and makes him stop to watch. Detail number 77. When Akaza goes on a rampage to take revenge on those samurai, I noticed he punches the donut hole into those guys a lot. Yep, that's right. Our boy has been obsessed with the punch donut hole since he was human. Honestly, it's just his thing now. Like some people collect stamps, he collects donut holes. Detail number 79. Did you know that Zenitsu is a better sword user than Tanjiro and Inosuke? Zenitsu has never broken or changed his sword. He's been using the same one since day one. That sword has already cut through 2 upper-ranked demons. Yep, while everyone else is swapping blades like socks, Zenitsu's just out here casually slaying. Detail number 80. Did you know that when Muzan first found our bro Akaza, he hadn't created the 12 Kizuki yet? Even though Kokushiba was already a demon before Akaza, Muzan hadn't assigned any ranks at that time. That means Akaza was the second demon to become part of the 12 Kizuki. But of course, Doma had to come in and outrank him. Detail number 82. In this scene, the reason why Tanjiro fumbles and his sword slips from his hand is because his hand was numbing from all the bleeding, which is why he could barely hold it. You can see it's literally twitching. Detail number 83. Notice that even though Akaza remembered his past life, he still chose to fight Giyu. But that one punch from Tanjiro reminded him of an important memory of his master hitting him, which is why he changed his mind. Imagine if Tanjiro's sword hadn't slipped away. Both of them might have been dead. That's why I think Akaza's ghost wife is the one who flicked the sword away from Tanjiro's hand. Detail number 84. Damn, did you see our boy punch? He literally gave an upper rank 3 a bruise on the face. Tanjiro actually learned boxing-style combat since Season 1. Remember that scene in Season 1 when he was throwing hands with Inosuke? Yeah, our boy's got moves.